have to keep it rolling and see my man here. I see you. What's up, big guy? Doc Reese. And yeah, give this man a headset. So, unfortunately,
I hope so.
Audio's not working in the ears tonight. So can you hear me, Mondo?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so thrilled to be joined here at halftime by Trinity legend Armando Bacot. Really your first time back at a home game, I think, in several years, post-COVID, right? So Benedictine Trinity, talk about some of your memories from playing in these games for your career here.
I mean, it's some of the funnest game ever. You look now, I'm playing in the UNC versus Duke, but I don't know if it's as great as the Benedictine versus Trinity. It's some of my funnest moments, and it's just great to be back in this environment. The student sections are still always amazing, and there's no atmosphere like it, really.
Yeah, I was talking a little bit on the broadcast about, I believe your last 2 years at least here, you won every home game. And the Titans have done well at home this year, right? What did we say? They're won 7 straight at home. You guys in Chapel Hill are undefeated at home this year. Can you just talk about what it means to protect home court as a basketball player and that mindset that you have on home court?
Yeah, I mean, I think it means everything to protect home court, and Trinity, just like UNC, has a great fan base, and it's a lot of tradition that's within it all. And I think when you go to a program or a school like that, it makes a difference.
Let me ask you, you played in, I don't know, you might know the exact number, probably 7 or 8 Benedictine Trinity games. I don't believe you ever lost one.
I don't think I ever lost to Benedictine. I never lost to Benedictine, ever.
Freshman year, I think we won over there by 2.
I've never lost to Benedictine, ever.
Of those games, do you have a memory that stands out from any of those?
You know, I think the funnest Benedictine Trinity game was we played them at Clover Hill in the Times-Dispatch. That was an amazing game. I can remember, and like you know, a lot of my buddies from Benedictine would come over and play here in the summer and stuff, and to be able to go up against Dimitri and Seneca and beat them, it was one of the best moments ever.
Yeah, I remember it well. I had to check my 40 time when I had to sprint over and get Malik.
Oh my God!
And take out of their student section at the end there.
Yes.
After Jay Wade hit the buzzer beater. Yeah, that was actually I think our closest game that season. I think other than LC Bird. So. Yeah, I still want to write a book about the 2017 Benedictine season. I don't know how they weren't a contender with that roster they had.
Oh my gosh, it makes no sense. I mean, they were loaded from top to bottom.
Top to bottom. Seneca, they had Henry,
Aaron
Gibby.
Folks.
Yeah, that was a talented team for sure, and they gave us a tough one that night. You know, speaking of hometown rivals, got to watch you play another Richmonder last night, Efton Reed.
Yeah.
Y'all got a great, about 20-point W over Wake Forest. What was it like playing Efton? I know you've known each other since y'all were probably, you were maybe 9th grade, 10th grade, and he was in middle school.
I mean, it was a lot of fun playing against Efton, and just to see his growth and to where he's at now, it's amazing. I could even remember coming here at Trinity and Efton, going through the whole process of trying to be able to come here. He ended up going to Stewart, but just to play against anybody from Richmond is great.
And then I guess the IMG connection too, right?
IMG, yep, team takeover, team loaded.
It seemed like at least at the first half, first couple of times y'all matched up against each other, it seemed like they were really letting you play.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all were banging into each other.
For sure.
I kept waiting for a whistle, but it was just like 2 bulls going at it. And, you know, Corey Alexander was enjoying that, watching the 2 804 guys going at it.
For sure.
As I was watching on TV. All right, let's talk about the season y'all are having. So, obviously, 2022, you get all the way to the Final Four to the national championship game. You end Coach K's career, both in Cameron and in total.
Yep.
Fall just short of the national championship. Obviously last year didn't go how you wanted, but this year y'all are on a fantastic win streak. Number 3 in the nation. What's clicking so well this year?
I think we all just having fun and we're playing as a team, and I think it's a lot of similarities of the Carolina team on the team that I played on with you, and just being a team. I think that's all that matters really, and nobody cares who gets the credit. All we want to do is just win, and I think that's what's been so special about this year.
Yeah, and you can tell that just watching the games, like how much fun y'all are having. And at times last year, it didn't always seem that way, and obviously losing's no fun.
For sure.
And y'all been taking the show on the road too. I mean, I think last year you guys really struggled outside of Chapel Hill. It was still pretty good in Chapel Hill, but got on the road and struggled. But this year, I think you won 4 or 5 at least consecutive games and true road games in hostile environments. Talk about the mindset of going on the road into places like Boston College, Clemson, NC State, where they hate you so much, and what that's like?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you go in environments like that, that's where leadership really has to show up. And I think going on the road, it's a different type of approach you got to have. And this year we've had me, RJ, and also Cormac, who's an experienced ACC player, and Harrison, all the guys just coming together.
My partner here, Ryan Lloyd, is a senior. Ryan, you got any questions for the big
Yeah,
man?
I just wanted to talk about, you obviously made the transition from high school basketball to Division I, and there's a lot of players out here tonight. I think there's probably 4 or 5 who are going to play at that Division I level. Can you just talk a little bit about what that transition is like and how much different college basketball is from high school?
It's a huge transition, but I think a school like Trinity definitely prepares you just with the tough classes, but also the sports aspect of it. Banworth, he did a great job of preparing us just for college in terms of the lifting and things that we did, but also the teachers and the school and everything that's ran at Trinity. I think it's truly like a college prep school in a sense, and it definitely helped me in terms of everything. And going to a school like UNC, I feel like I was always at an advantage versus other kids that went to UNC because I went through the tough days at this school of having to balance basketball and sports sports and education and doing different things like that.
Yeah, that really is phenomenal. I had another question. You're playing pretty well, obviously, this season. Hamlin mentioned a couple of your stats. Can you talk about the development that occurs both when you're born, not when you're born, but obviously when you start playing, and how that can really influence your time both as a high school player and then as a college player?
I think for me, coming into Trinity, I was on JV in 8th grade, and Coach Hamlin, he did a great job of developing me early and really telling me what I needed to hear, and I think that was what was huge for me. And all the coaches at Trinity done a great job. You see the track record. We got Jason Wade killing it, Henry Coleman, and on, and I think that was just huge for me in my development. The way we ran our offense, it was run and gun, moving fast, and I think I was perfect for UNC. And even in my recruiting process, when Coach Williams would come here and Coach Hubert Davis, they saw the way we played, and they knew that I was the perfect big for that system.
Yeah, I can attest to that. Roy Williams, Hubert Davis were here probably, I want to say, like 15 to 17 times.
Yeah.
Your sophomore and especially junior year. And I know a lot of people here probably want to get their picture with Mondo, want to get an autograph, etc. So I'm going to let you go in just a minute, but I do want to ask you 2 last questions about your high school career. First question is, of the drills that we used to do, what was your favorite drill?
Throwback threes.
Throwback threes. We saw a throwback 3 in the first half here, so that was nice to see. And then finally, just your all-time favorite game that you played in a Trinity uniform.
Oh, man, that's a great question. All-time favorite. Man, there's so many. I would say winning the Times Dispatch Invitational Tournament just because it was something I grew up always going to, and it was so many games. I really couldn't tell you one. It was all fun. It was amazing. Well,
we really appreciate you taking the time out. You've been interviewed by hundreds of times probably at this point by people, famous people in the news media. So spending some time with Trinity senior Ryan Lloyd and myself, we really appreciate it. You would have loved if we'd had TSPN when you were here. Would have been a lot of chances for you to get on a microphone and possibly get yourself in trouble. But,
I don't know if y'all wanted me on a microphone.
Yeah, no, I think you would have been great, man. We could have had you commentating some of those girls' JV games. That would have been epic. But thanks, Mondo. 804 for life and Titan forever. So we really appreciate you coming back. And I pretty much watch every game, and we're so proud of you and all the things you've done, not just on the court but off the court. Academically at Carolina, you're a graduate of one of the best universities in the world. So thanks, man, for coming back.
Yep.
Go Titans. Let's get this one.
Thanks, man.
And thank you guys for. Oh yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. We'll be right back.